The main reason that you're not confident is because you aren't giving yourself a reason to be confident. You aren't acting as a person that deserves to be confident. And I know it may be a very tough pill to swallow, the fact that some people don't deserve to be confident, but I feel like it's very toxic, this idea that everybody with self-love deserves this unconditional amount of confidence in themselves, when some people just genuinely have not worked for that confidence. It's not realistic to have confidence unconditionally, because confidence is built upon effort. It's built upon the consistent practice that you have within yourself, or maybe within something that you're doing in your life. Confidence is built over time, and it's built over that time period of you practicing and getting better at something. And when you struggle with certain things like confidence or security, it's not because you're not worthy of those things, it's because you aren't working towards it actively, and you're not putting yourself in a position to actually become confident. I would honestly say that I'm one of the most confident people that I know, but of course I still have those moments of insecurity, or those moments where I doubt myself or feel like I'm not good enough for a certain task or to be in a certain position of my life. But those moments that I feel insecure, or those moments that I don't feel as confident, I can always say that that was a reflection of the behavior that I've had towards certain things. Every single time that I was insecure, it was because I was giving myself a reason to be insecure. Every single time that I wasn't confident in my abilities or in myself in general, it was because I never gave myself a chance or a reason to be confident. When I went up for a presentation during a communications class and I was nervous, I wasn't confident. And it wasn't because I'm some bad speaker, and it wasn't because I was just like ugly or something. I was nervous about how people were going to look at me. It was because I didn't prepare. I didn't build confidence. I didn't earn that confidence because I didn't prepare my slides. I didn't prepare to present in front of the class. There is a version of you that works hard, constantly puts in the effort, and is constantly, consistently confident. And if you're not acting in alignment to what that person does and how that person behaves, you will never be as confident as you want to be. Because then when people start making comments about you, like let's say you know that you're supposed to be exercising 4 times a week, and then you don't give yourself a reason to be confident by not exercising, by skipping workouts, by missing meals, or by not following your diet. Now when somebody makes a comment about your body, you start to believe it. You start to think that that person is somehow seeing the inside of you, that knows that they shouldn't be confident in this, and you start to believe them. That's how you feel insecure. When you're supposed to be studying for an assignment and you're not working and you're not actually putting in that effort to get a good grade on the test, when somebody calls you stupid, you are going to believe that person. That's why your confidence is so fragile, because you aren't giving yourself a reason to stand strong. You're not giving yourself a reason to be that person that can hear those types of comments and not be affected by them. Because if I'm exercising the way that I know I'm supposed to be exercising, if I'm following my diet the way that I know I'm supposed to be following my diet, and I see that progress, even if it's a little bit of progress, if I see that progress, I slowly build up that confidence to know that I am doing something and I'm doing it well because I am changing. So now when somebody makes a comment about my body, or somebody makes a comment about how weak you are, or how fat you are, or how skinny you are, when somebody makes those comments, you're not going to feel as fragile with your confidence. And it's not because you magically rose to the occasion, it's because you started to put in that hard work and you're recognizing what that hard work is actually doing for you. So even if somebody doesn't see that progress, or even if somebody just wants to put you down, you're seeing that progress. You're putting in the effort and you're building up that confidence by actually putting in work. When you put in work, you start to see that confidence a little bit more. If I stay awake till 3 a.m. every single night, I'm not taking care of myself, I'm not physically improving, I'm not mentally improving or spiritually improving, and if somebody goes to me and calls me a bum, I'm going to believe that. And it's not because I'm actually a bum, it's because I'm acting in accordance to what a bum would be doing. I'm not acting the way that I know I should be acting. Versus if I'm taking care of myself, if somebody calls me a bum, and I know the things that I'm doing behind the scenes, and I have that confidence in myself because of the fact that I'm actually working towards something, then yes, that confidence is going to continue to build, because I know that, no, I'm not a bum at all. That word is not going to affect me or impact me as much, because that's not how I'm operating. That's not the way that I'm behaving. That's not the way that I'm acting. I know the things that I'm doing, and even if I'm not seeing the fruits of that right now, even if certain things are kind of going steady and not really just going as quickly as you want it to go, the fact that you're still doing something for yourself, the fact that you're still working on yourself and you're still building up that confidence, your confidence is going to be unshakable. And I really like to think about it this way. Confidence is a currency. The more that you work for something, the more that you are going to have. The more hours that you put in working for something, the more that you're going to have. You cannot magically just rise up to the occasion and have God just give you this magical confidence, which hypothetically, yes, God could do that, But realistically, is God going to do that? No, he's going to want you to go through experiences to make you confident. So no, you're not going to have that magical wave of confidence. You've got to consistently build up towards that. All of the most confident people in the world had to work towards that. Me and my confidence, I built that up over a period of time to a point that when somebody makes a comment at me, I don't feel that anymore. NBA players have consistently practiced, have consistently worked towards shooting a basketball. So now when they're put in an uncomfortable environment where they're going against other athletes, the thing that they're going to fall back on is the practice that they've had, the work that they've done. That's how they're so confident in an NBA game. The reason that I'm not going to be confident in an NBA game is because I haven't worked towards that. I'm not going to magically just rise to the occasion. No, you've got to work for it. You've got to actually put in the effort, and then that's how you get the confidence. An amazing quote that I read a while ago was that you don't rise to the occasion, you stoop to the level of your practice. And what that pretty much means is that you're not going to magically just get confident. You're not going to magically just feel this wave of confidence and you feel like you're on top of the world, you feel like you can do anything. That's not what's going to happen at all. But when you're anxious, when you feel uncomfortable, when you feel like everything is going against you, you're going to fall to the level of your practice. And even with that NBA player, of course they're going to be nervous, they might be anxious, but they've practiced that shot so many times that even in their nervous state, they're still going to make it more than likely. So when you start doing things that you can actually be confident about, like going to sleep on time or exercising or eating right, or starting that side hustle that's going to make you money, starting that YouTube channel so you can express your ideas, when people make these comments towards you, even in your anxious and nervous state, you're going to fall back to that confidence that you have because you're actually doing something with your life. And I want you to try this. I want you to think about the last comment that somebody made at you that really affected you and really made you insecure. And think about why it impacted you the way it did. Think about why you weren't as confident in that moment. And I know I can start. A moment that I felt kind of insecure or just not confident is when somebody said that I just wasn't a good student. And deep down, I know that I'm a good student. I know that I'm a great learner. I know that when it really comes down to it, I can pass a test. I'm a college educated young man. That should never be a question for me. But in the moment when I heard that comment, I got very insecure about it because I know that deep down, I wasn't doing the hard work that I was supposed to be doing. I wasn't locked in the way that I was supposed to be. I wasn't passing my tests because I wasn't working towards passing the test. So yes, those comments got to me a lot, and it definitely hurt my confidence. But it wasn't because those comments were necessarily true. It's just because I was behaving in accordance to that version of me that just wasn't locked in. My behavior was reflective of that comment. Even if that doesn't necessarily define me, it definitely defined the way that I was acting in that moment. So if you want to be as confident as possible, act in accordance with the way that that confident person would behave. So if you want to be as confident as possible physically, start exercising, start dieting, start taking care of your skin, buy clothes that fit your body, buy clothes that make you confident. Don't walk around behaving or being a reflection of those comments that they make towards you. If you want to be confident in your intelligence, learn things, ask questions, read books, because that's what the confident people do when they're confident with their intelligence. Start acting in a manner that's going to be reflective of the person that you want to become, because nobody has the answers at all. I'm confident in the things that I say, the things that I do, the way that I behave, because I know that even though I don't have the answers, I'm continuously trying and I'm continuously learning certain things and learning new things that can help me in the future. Nobody will ever be 100% confident. Nobody will ever know all the answers, but every single confident person understands one thing. They understand that they're never going to be 100% confident, but they find themselves accepting that and just accepting the fact that they are acting in accordance with the behavior of what a confident person is going to be acting like. Hopefully somebody got some value out of that, and I appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.